Hi guys, Richard
and Amanda
and this person here that wasn't here last week,
Amanda
who abandoned me to face my first ever live stream alone.
It was not your first ever live stream alone. You used to do it all on your own before.
She was really unwell, but now she's back.
Hi, Carl.
Hello, Carl. I'm not sure whether that's a fortunate thing.
Look, darling, I don't always, not like always enjoy at smacking you.
Stop
but
doing that.
Today, I feel quite passionate about at smacking you. And when you're saying things like that, it doesn't help my passion.
Get on with you.
If I'm honest. So, continue. And I'll at smack if you continue.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
She's feisty, isn't she? She did not abandon him. Where's the light? I look awful.
It's because I haven't got the light out today because it's
just can't be bothered.
It's over there. I've put it away in storage and I can't.
In storage? In storage?
Well,
you mean you put something in front of it?
Yeah.
You can't be bothered to get it. This is what I have to live with, boys and girls.
Basically, William got a bike for Christmas.
He did.
And we haven't got our shed fully sorted out. It's got some junk in it. So at the moment, his brand new bike is in the corner of our living room, in front of where I keep the light. And he's using his bike regularly. So you know...
in the house, out the house, in the house, out the house.
You know, and it's our fault for not sorting the shed out, basically. So it's in the way, and...
As most of you know, we went to Guildford last week, and the week before. And in Guildford, we should have taken a bike that we've been holding in our shed. Should have gone to Guildford with us.
And we forgot.
But someone forgot to put it on the car, didn't they, darling? Yes, I did.
We forgot. So there isn't room in the shed for the new bike, which is unfortunate. But the trials and tribulations of having children and forgetful parents. But anyway, yes, we did go to Guildford, which is in Surrey, which...
You don't have to be sorry.
If you don't live in the UK, it's in the south of England, and we live in Yorkshire.
We do.
Which, if you're not in the UK, is in the north of England.
We crossed no man's land. We crossed Watford Gap.
It's not... England's not a huge country. It's not. But it has a bit of a... It certainly has an accent division wherever you go.
Yes.
It's got a very strong accent for a very small country.
Newcastle, Scotland, Liverpool, well, like South Yorkshire mainly is like Barnsley and Sheffield. Is all got very, very strong accents, and then you go like south of the Watford Gap, and it's almost like a joke to people in England. South of the Watford Gap, for the Northerners, nothing exists, and for Southerners, nothing north of the Watford Gap exists. It's not really like that. It used to be very much so like a north-south divide, but now not so much. No. With the internet.
It used to be an actual gap as well. There used to be like a fairly large, like just section of land that nothing was being done with it. It wasn't even like used for wildlife. It was literally wasteland that was just
like literally no man's land.
It was just sat there in the middle of the country, not doing anything.
Now
it's not so much like that anymore.
We have a motorway service station on there.
Well, there's other things on there as well, isn't there? I mean, they've built other stuff.
Yeah, but
on
it's
there.
Funny.
I just wish that if they weren't going to build stuff for humans, they should just give it back to nature.
Yeah.
and let them have it. You know, let the animals have it. Let the Pokemon have it.
There weren't
Safari Zone.
There weren't very many Pokemon.
Safari Zone Watford.
Safari Zone Watford. You're funny.
So
what we've got to talk about today?
We've got the Hoenn event to talk about. How that's going for everybody. I don't have a shiny Groudon yet. We've tried. We've done a few. Not loads. Not as many as I would like, but a few. Mainly for that, we've had a bit of a temperature drop in this country. During the day, it's not bad.
It's about 1 or 2.
You can manage in it to get a raid or 2 done, but as soon as the sun starts going down, the temperature
-1,
drops
-2,
drastically.
-3.
And it has been like that most of the week, hasn't it? So, like with
We've
Amanda
got snow threatening,
being pregnant,
and not so well. I've got a bit of a chesty cough, and
so we've not been out raiding as much, but
we
have done some, and we've noted there's a lot of new gyms around.
Oh, they're popping up like wildfire.
New gyms. And if you guys are interested, the reason for that is ingress.
We think.
Still, I mean, there are people who I know who are playing ingress to make portal submissions, to make Pokestops, which seems like a pretty ludicrous thing to me. I mean, I'm not going to bang on against Niantic. I know that they're busy. They've got stuff to implement, gameplay features. They've got events to do. They've now got investors to keep happy, etc. I've seen tweets about them getting investors, so that they're becoming more and more serious. But gosh, we need Pokestop submissions.
Just a minute, James. Hi, James. I'm feeling much better. I'm not on my deathbed anymore. I actually spent about 3 days in bed without getting up. I couldn't. I was just so ill.
I actually thought, James, for a second, I really thought that I was actually going to escape, but...
Escape what?
Purgatory.
At smack. And I lost my appetite for 5 days, but it's all back. I'm eating and drinking, and the baby's moving, and she seems very happy and large. She seems to have a massive growth spurt, which is making me very uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And people tell me that I might have a waddle, which at 20-something weeks you do not want. So I'm trying to combat that very much.
Look at our screens, guys. Apparently, I don't know. That's the snow screen, but the weather says that it's cloudy.
Yeah, so it does.
So I don't know whether it's because the temperature's so low and it registers the temperature.
Hi, Pumpkin Queen.
Hi.
We've got we're having snow on and off though, aren't we?
We have. Me and Amanda. We took an opportune moment to open a Meltan box when we had snowy weather and got some weather boosted Meltan. We both got
Amy.
One of those teaser Pokemon where you go through your in-game IV checker and it says it simply amazes. It's above 80%. Its hit points are great. Its attack is great. Its defense is great.
Excellent stats.
Excellent stats, which means 13 or 14. I IV checked mine. And it wasn't even the good one. It wasn't even 93%. It was 86%. 13, 13, 13. So I still haven't evolved a Melmetal.
David says, not snoring on his. David's in
Sheffield, I think.
Isn't he? Yeah.
Or Nottingham.
Get wrecked, I think.
Nottingham.
No, if it's Get Wrecked, he's in Sheffield, I'm sure of it.
Yeah. Yeah, lol.
Yeah, Get Wrecked, mate. Get Wrecked,
mate, is Sheffield.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've done a bit of raiding.
Yeah, no, that's Carl, not David.
We've got
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Sean.
Amanda's friend, Sean.
Sean's a very, very good friend of mine. Hi. He's obviously just come to see how I am because of stuff. I'm not answering his mails as much.
There we go. So David's Nottingham, like I said.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Just me looking forward to Spinub No, I'm looking forward to Swindon Community Day. I'm really excited about it. I mean,
Green Swindon.
I don't. It's not the shiny. I think that if they give Mamoswine the right ice moves, it will jump to the top of the ice meta. And considering the fact that we've still got in Gen 4, we've got Palkia and Dialga still to come. Well,
Sean got a Groudon in a raid yesterday. Well done, Sean. Sean's not been playing for a while. He sort of left it alone for a little while.
That's cool. That's cool. Was it shiny? Can you tell the difference? Have you worked out how to get shiny? How to tell the difference?
It's a different colour. Because
I still see tweets and all sorts of stuff where people are like, "Lol, what's wrong with my thingy? Deleted."
It's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Right.
Oh. I think, what colour is shiny Groudon? I think it's green. Everyone else keeps saying it's yellow.
Yellow.
I may well be colourblind, but I'm pretty sure that it's green.
Other news on the whole event front. Amanda is now in the awesome category of, not only has she, not during this event, but in the past, had a 100% Kyogre run on her, she's now in the honourable category of having 100% Groudon run on her. Which is amazing.
You got loads of you were throwing my balls because I was crying.
She was, yeah, and I tried as hard as I could, and it just kept jumping out,
indeed,
and jumping out, and jumping out.
Amy was sat wrapping the windows in the Highland Library, shouting and screaming at you, and you just walked on by. We were just like, no! And we could have had hugs and everything.
We did see her, didn't we?
We did.
We did see her.
With your mystic hat.
However, something that did happen positively for Amanda during this event, I traded her a Groudon because I felt bad, and it went lucky, and
bad.
And it turned out to be 98%. So I think if somebody were to ask me, would I prefer 100% non-lucky Groudon or a 98% lucky Groudon, I'd probably go for the lucky. All that Stardust stuff that you're going to save. Stardust that you're going to save whilst powering it up.
Yeah. I know, I read on chat, and I'm sorry that you're going through that. But don't worry, we'll see you again. We'll pick you up for Com Day.
We will. Maybe one of my friends who's just started playing again might be coming along as well. He works on Saturdays usually though, so Community Day might not be good for him. But I'm hopefully going to try and get him to come out a bit. The lad lives up in Stocksbridge, yeah. Which I know that everybody who's watching knows what that means. But basically, it means a house in the a village in the hills.
Yeah.
That is difficult to get in and out of, and he doesn't have any transport, and he's a loader. I know what it feels like as well, so I'm going to go and try and get him out of that village to come and play some Pogo with us, because that always cheers me up.
Still have you guys. I think she means love. I still love you too.
I don't really appreciate the mystic blue heart though.
Shush, you just ignore that.
Valor for life.
All for one! Anyway.
So,
on that note. Oops.
I don't know why if people are saying they're not excited for Swindon Community Day, there are several reasons why I'm excited about it.
Valor for life.
All three of them.
Mystic and instinct.
And instinct. Valor, mystic, and stinks.
You're naughty. Love for all.
So, some of the reasons why I am excited for Swindon Community Day. Number one, and most importantly for me, all meta stuff aside, all whether this Pokemon's good or not good, or any of that stuff, raiding and all that, right? It is different, right? Nobody could have predicted this. It's not part of the plan. It's not a 10k egg.
You're getting in trouble.
Why?
Because Sean's a stink.
Is it? Sean lives in America, yeah?
He does.
Of course you are. Everybody in America's instinct.
Why?
That's like the rule.
Why is that?
If you look at the map on like Community Day, who caught the most Pokemon, North America, is always Instinct.
New Jersey lives in.
It's the most popular team in North America. It seems on the surface. I'm looking at the data.
I think if
Europe
I remember
is Mystic.
rightly, I think if I remember rightly, Sean lives in Springfield, New Jersey. It's like I thought that's where Homer lives. I actually asked him, I think, at one point.
And there are like 5 Springfields in America.
I don't know, but I asked him if he knew Bart. He always meets Valor people.
It could be that in your particular area, Valor's like in England, Mystic is everywhere. We travel a lot in this country, and we go to places, and a majority of the gyms and players that we meet are Mystic. In Barnsley, in South Yorkshire, Valor
football team
is probably the biggest team because Barnsley Football Club, our soccer team, wear red. So we just happen to be in the most populous team in our area.
Carl has 2 100% peeler swines. What?
I've only got 1. I've got loads of 98s though. Loads.
Amy's wondering
like 4 98s.
Amy is wondering what the special move will be.
Ancient Power.
Why?
Because in the main series game, to evolve Peeler Swine to Mammoth Swine, it must have Ancient Power.
Oh, there we go.
But I'm not saying that's good. Right? Ancient Power is a rock type move, and Mammoth Swine is a ground ice type Pokemon.
James says instinct for life or until Richard converts him. And then a winky face. What does that mean, Richard? Are you sending messages?
That means
to
when they fetch like team changing capabilities in, James, you coming over?
Are you going to wink
dark
at him?
Side?
Wink, wink.
No, I don't know. Honestly, guys, I don't really mind about teams. I mean, teams from all different people from all different teams, all the time, and it's cool. It's cool.
Sean's remembering our conversation about Springfield, I think, and Amy, Mystic represent
in the UK and Europe. They do.
Mostly.
They do. It seems like some of the Asia region, it flip-flops backwards and forwards. It's Valor and then the other team sometimes. But I think it's a very, very populous region as far as Pokemon players are concerned. All over Asia.
Japan, then?
It flip-flops around.
Ah.
But, like...
Because Japan's where... I've got quite a lot of friends in Japan.
It's crazy in Japan.
Mental.
It's crazy. And Australia is usually Valor.
This is a Japanese player.
Yeah, I've got some Japanese players on for long distance gifts and stuff.
Yeah, I've got that.
That's the main reason why I'm super excited about the Swindon Community Day. It's something different, which indicates that they will and can deviate from their plan. I know they've deviated before with Eevee, but the argument that I heard about it was Eevee did used to be in 10k eggs. Way back, Eevee was a 10k hatch.
When they first brought eggs out.
Swinub has never been a 10k hatch. Never. And it could mean that one of the ways that they introduce Sinnoh Pokemon is through community days. Which, like the evolutions, because Sinnoh is a very evolution-heavy generation. And that's not a bad idea, if I'm honest. Releases shinies and stuff. Pretty cool.
Sean, I have all the Hoenn starters ready to evolve tomorrow. Not sure that's a good idea, is it?
I wouldn't evolve any starters at all, Sean.
Or at least not past the second evolution. Because they're giving them really good...
I'll show him.
Yeah, go for it. And why not? Well, we're going to show you now.
I'll show you, right? Let me show you. This, is it this? This is an old Venusaur from 2017. I evolved it way back. It's got Vine Whip, which is a super strong, fast type move. All Venusaurs are allowed to have that move. It's one of the stronger grass type quick moves. Generates energy quite quickly. Its charge move, however, you can see, is Solar Beam. Solar Beam is a good charge move, but on Venusaur it doesn't work as well as it could. Now I'm going to show you this guy. This guy has got a move called Frenzy Plant, right? And that means that I evolved that Pokemon on a community day, way back on Bulbasaur Community Day, and because I evolved it on that community day, it was given the move Frenzy Plant, and as you can see, it does 100 damage, and it's a 2-bar move. All starter Pokemon are being given access to these stronger moves for very limited times on community days.
Like 4 hours, and that's all.
So they did repeat it at Christmas and gave us like a community weekend where you could evolve pretty much everything that happened in the year. But if you're looking at Hoenn starters, I would save them. I would save them. I've evolved some before, but this, like, it kind of happened before community days came along. If you look at my Sinnoh Pokédex, which is the gen that we're on currently, I haven't evolved a single starter. It's right there. Turtwig, not evolved. Chimchar, not evolved. Piplup, not evolved. And I won't until the community day. I will save any good IV ones that I find and save candies, as many as possible, for that day to evolve as many as possible. There are several reasons for this. Even the bad starters have some use now with the right moves, usually the community day moves. For example, Blastoise, the Gen 1 starter, is a really, really bad Pokemon for raiding. There are much, much, much stronger choices for water-type Pokemon for raiding. And not just in the legendary category like Kyogre. You're talking things like Gyarados, my mind's gone blank, other water Pokemon.
Well, Vaporeons are really quite a strong...
Vaporeons are alright, but they've kind of been outdone. I mean, even for Alligator with Hydro Cannon is better. But, like these guys, now with Hydro Cannon, are pretty good in PvP, especially in the lower brackets in the Great League and the Ultra Leagues. I use starter Pokemon in those leagues all the time with the special charge moves that you can only get on the community days. So I would wait. We shouldn't be that far away from starting the Hoenn community days. And it will start with Treecko. It should. And Treecko should be given a move like Frenzy Plant. I know some of them might differ. I have heard that Torchic, or should I say Combusken, when evolving into Blaziken, might be given a move called Blaze Kick rather than Blast Burn. But
so Amy needs to get back in the gift game. Yes, Amy, you do. And she also evolved starters, but they were only 20-40% IVs, except for a 93 Chimchar, which she did by accident.
And that's, I mean, that's okay.
I've actually evolved up to the 2nd level. My
flip it upside down if you're looking at Sinnoh.
Yes, thank you.
We'll get there faster.
Smart, Bum.
Yeah, fantastic. The Hoenn legendaries.
No, it's Hoenn that I'm looking for.
Oh, you've evolved a Treecko into a Grovyle.
That's the one. Yeah,
and you've got it on as your buddy, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that obviously when she comes to go up to the next stage, what is it, Grovyle to Sceptile, she'll get her move.
But anyway, I wouldn't ever. What's this say?
Do you reckon Ray will come back next month after Groudon and Kyogre?
I hope so, because shiny. I don't care how pregnant Amanda is. I don't care how cold it is. I'll go out by myself if I've got to raid that Pokemon. Shiny Rayquaza is my absolute favourite shiny legendary. I love it. Even more than Xerneas,
Is it
which
because
hurts to say because Xerneas.
Okay.
Xerneas. I love Xerneas so much.
Is that the one you've got on your t-shirt?
Xerneas, yeah.
I look at my Grovyle and I've PTSD flashback to my Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Like I was saying though, if you guys are informed and you know that a community day is coming, right, and you still want to evolve your Pokemon, that's cool. I'm not going to stand on a soapbox and tell you you're playing the game wrong.
Yeah.
It's your game. You play it how you want to play it and how it makes you happy. That's cool. As long as you know that these things are coming.
I did this one before we knew. All the way up. And then this one is another 100%er, which I've got to evolve when during Community Day. I
have to point out, though, that I do have some, I don't know, like weaknesses in this game, right? And one of the things that I do habitually, which probably isn't good behaviour, and is I hoard candies like crazy. I mean, my Trico candy count is above 1,000, which is not millions and millions, but most people don't have candy counts like that. You know, I hoard candy like crazy. I don't like not having candy for a Pokemon.
James is saving his raid passes up for Rayquaza, so he must like him as much as you do. David says 3 days of raiding Groudon and Kyogre. Woo!
That's awesome.
And Brian, hi Brian.
Hi Brian.
Said, what do you think about the next Pokemon raid?
Ray. I think if it's not Ray, then I suppose. Yeah, I said I can't. No, it's going to be Ray. I think. With spring coming, we might see the lake spirits from Gen 4, right? But they're not great, guys. They're more psychic type legendaries that don't hold a candle to Mewtwo, basically. Oh.
Sorry, it's starting to get hot and I can tell. And I can hear the fan whirring. James says he only has 712 Trico candies. I only have 334.
I hoard, James, like crazy, and it started with the Gen 4 Pokemon as well. I just hoard them.
Amy says, I now have a lucky 96 shiny for Alligator, though, because of Joe.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome. Shall I tell them what I got? Connor says, hi Connor, have you managed to get shiny Kyogre or Groudon yet? We both have shiny Kyogre, don't we?
Yeah, from ages ago.
But not a Groudon yet. Sorry if you've already shown this, as I've only just got on the stream.
There we go, there's my shiny Kyogre.
Yeah, I've got a Kyogre too.
Like, from
but we can't get
ago.
We can't get Groudon for love and money.
We've tried. Well, we've not raided loads of Groudon, and it's been because the weather here is really cold and Amanda's pregnant, so we can't.
We're just blaming it on that, really. We're just really
no, it's not. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's winter here at the moment. The sun's starting to go down at like 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and then the temperature goes down. Unfortunately, raiding in our community happens like at 6:30, 7 o'clock through till 9. The heaviest raiding. And we just can't attend it at the moment.
Brian, hi Brian, says he thinks it might be Jirachi.
Jirachi is a mythical Pokemon, and so far
they've only put those in the X-raids.
They've only put them.
Right, okay.
The only mythical Pokemon they've put in the X-raids is the current ones, Deoxys, but he's a funny one because.
Mewtwo mythical?
No.
No, okay. But they're not
Mew
letting us...
is a mythical.
Do you know what? I'm a bit confused by the whole mythical trading thing because the Deoxys is mythical and you can't trade it.
Yeah.
However, the
Meltan
is mythical But you can trade it.
Yep.
What's that all about?
I think that it might come across that eventually Meltan will be barred from trading when the Gen 8 game comes out next year, and it is officially categorised in the main series as a mythical. Trading will stop on it.
Right.
That's what I think. Because right now, it's a mystery Pokemon. Nobody really knows where it comes from. Nobody really knows what it is. If you look at your Pokédex in Pokemon Go, right, and let's click on Sinnoh.
It goes right to the bottom, yeah.
It's right at the bottom. Unknown.
Ah.
So it's not really categorised.
So Brian wants to know how many shinies you have. This is my shiny collection.
Oh, yeah, I can get my shinies up. There we go. Shiny collection.
This one, Amy, is 98%. Oh no, not that one. Which one's 98%?
You've got
this one.
For alligator.
98%. Wow. And that it's actually it's a 14, isn't it? Yep, they're all my shinies. Quite a few. There we go. Magic Meltan, Im says. This is magic. Maybe.
He is.
Brian, thank you guys. You are so nice and adorable person. I appreciated that.
Oh.
God bless you. Good luck. Oh, thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
And Amy, ooh, 96 Melmetal.
Well, I don't know how many boxes I've opened. I probably missed maybe one box because I literally forgot about it and for like a week. So I missed a box, but I've got like 800 plus Meltan candies, and in that many spawns, I've had 2 in total that are above 80%. 184, 186. That's not good enough. I can't involve that. But yeah. Not yet.
This is the first one that I got. 25, so that's March.
You can tell it to what do that. You can tell it by putting recent and then going to the bottom, and then it will tell you which. Yours is a Magikarp.
Yeah, this one. March.
I've told this story before, guys, but I'm going to tell it again. Right? You hear stories of people seeing shiny Pokemon on the map screen.
I thought I'd broken it.
This screen here that I've got on with the Skitty on it. Seeing that Skitty as a shiny. Right? I've seen it with my own eyes because I clicked on that Magikarp for Amanda. She was driving and I saw it and said, "What's that?" and clicked it, and it was a shiny Magikarp. It had appeared on the map screen. That bug exists. It definitely exists because I've seen it more than once.
Amy, now I have my own Switch. It's easier to get boxes. It is much easier when you have your own Switch. Absolutely.
It is. It is. I just forgot completely about it. Completely forgot about it. But, hey ho. So the other reasons...
Sean wants to add us as friends on Pogo. Super.
There we go. There's
the
my
other
friend
reasons?
The other reasons why I'm excited for Swindle Community Day, I've been excited for Mamoswine for a long time. I've talked about it before. It's going to go to the top of the Ice-type meta, which it might not be always immediately useful. It will, for example, it might not be that useful against Dialga or Palkia. I know I mentioned those Pokemon earlier. You'd have to look at the resistances because Steel resists Ice. So it might not be the best choices for those, but there are other Dragon type stuff that's coming in the future. Gen 5 has got dragons in it. But it's coming, and you know, it's not just useful against dragons. Flying types, ground types, you name it. You know, they keep fetching Groudon back around. They still haven't released Groudon or Kyogre with their unique moves. I mean, they're back again for God knows how many times they've been back. Groudon still doesn't have Precipice Blades, and Kyogre still doesn't have Origin Pulse. So those will come. And it's same with the other Pokemon. I mean, they've really kind of released some of the legendary ones with unique moves, haven't they? But
Superman K98 is always Superman K98. I love it.
Look, shiny check.
Fudge.
No shine. Not bothered about Wales. I've got a friend request. Accept.
Super duper. Have you got any
gifts? I don't.
Oh,
I sent them all earlier. So I'm excited for it because ice has been a pretty weak category.
Ice baby.
In the meta, for a long time, it's had some things that are okay. Recently, it had the addition of Weavile, which is a good Pokemon, but it is a glass cannon. You know, it's going to do a lot of damage over a short time, like Gengar. You know, and then it's going to be gone. Whereas Mamoswine is going to have a bit more staying power. So I'm excited for that. I like it. I still like the concept of Community Day. Oh, the Sinnoh Stone stuff as well. Because Mamoswine is going to require a Sinnoh Stone, they're basically giving you 5 free Sinnoh Stones on the day. You can get more rewards over the weekend for doing PvP battles, and they're giving you on the day. If you do battles on the day, you will automatically receive Sinnoh Stones, so you'll automatically be able to evolve Mamoswine.
Apparently 5.
5 of them.
5.
So that's cool. I mean, it means that nobody's going to be miss out or be left behind. Although it does lead me to question, what's the point of Sinnoh Stones if they're going to release these Pokemon on Community Days? What's the point? Or having those evolution items, they might as well not exist. I suppose it limits to some degree how many you can have. You know what I mean? But if you PvP every day, I mean, currently I've got 8. And that will keep going up. I've evolved everything.
I think I've got 9.
So it'll keep going up. So yeah, I'm gonna complete a quest and get my ring. Hey, well, thanks, Prof. Every week you tell me how good I am. I'm a good lad, aren't I? Doing my research.
You're awesome.
I have to be honest, Prof. I'm not so bothered about your research. I'm more bothered about Stardust and good Pokemon. I'm sorry about that.
Should write him a letter.
I'm Valor through and through. Good Pokemon, Stardust. That's what I want. Chop can go away. Right, guys. So.
Oh, no. Oh, phew. Oh.
Your collection's full. Did you almost?
I had a moment then.
So, every single week, as you guys know, when we do this live, we do other lives too, but when we do this live, we play a game, either Guess the CP, if we've got a single Pokemon coming out of the box, or Guess the Pokémon, if we've got a selection of Pokemon coming out of the box. This week, it's a selection, so it's Guess the Pokémon. We've got the 3 legendary birds, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. The 3 legendary beasts, Suicune, Entei, and Raikou. And
for people that are only joining us for the first time, Richard's affinity with Suicune is one not to be missed. He got Suicune in a box a little while ago, and his face just dropped. It was just like, no.
I don't like that Pokemon.
And Amy decided that it was an hashtag face drop for Richard's.
Carl's saying we're both of in a Zapdos.
For Richard's favourite Pokemon. Oh, Zapdos is not bad.
Suicune Richard. Why, Amy?
Because she wants an hashtag face drop. Ho-ho for me!
I want a Ho-ho. But the other 2 Pokemon that are available are Ho-ho and Lugia. I want a Ho-ho with good IVs preferably shiny, but I'm not fussed. Non-shiny good IVs will do. Are you listening, Niantic?
I don't think Martin's on.
So
James thinks I'm going to have a Lugia. No shiny, though. Ho-ho for you. No shiny, but you get a stone. I didn't get a stone this time. Because, as we all know, I'm not as good at
give everyone
doing my stamps.
A moment to hazard a guess.
So I have to open my box early.
I do have to wonder what the research box is going to be next time.
Oh, when does it change?
I think it shouldn't. It's at the end of the month, I think. So we're not super far away.
Oh, we're not.
They normally make an announcement a week or two before of what it's going to be.
Oh, 24th.
So
what's that? 7 days. Sweet for Richard until I get another face drop.
Amy. Amy, I thought we were buds. You did.
You didn't wrap up windows hard enough, that's what it was.
Does anybody else want to make a guess before we open our boxes?
What could be in? Let's tell them what could be in.
Just told them that.
Oh, have you? I weren't listening to you.
Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres, Suicune, Entei, Raikou, Ho-Ho, or Lugia.
Do you ever feel like I don't listen to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Regularly.
I've been through something. Just give me this. Oh, I fell in love heart.
Okay. You guys do a Q&A vid. You can ask us questions on Earshot. No problem. Yep. When I'm live streaming and playing the game, you can ask questions. And
he misses them all the time.
It is more difficult when I'm playing, actually out playing. But I will try and answer them if I know the answer. But you have to remember, I do know a lot about the game, but sometimes some of the stuff I just won't do.
Like?
I won't generally look ahead and ruin special quest lines.
Yeah.
I want an honest reaction so you guys can play along with me. So I don't know what's coming next. I don't know whether I'm going to hit a roadblock, etc. Stuff like that. So if you come on and ask me what's the next step, I won't know.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I have done things like quick catching before, but I don't particularly like it. It feels like an exploit to me. I don't judge people who do it. It's fine. Do what you want. But for me, I don't particularly do it.
We don't entertain spoofing.
Yeah. We won't have spoofers.
We've never done it ourselves. We don't actually know how to do it. Not interested. If you do it, keep it to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody comes on who's a spoofer and is quite private about it, but if they start sharing locations of like good IV Pokemon and stuff on our screens.
Not interested.
I'll
That's for your community.
Yeah.
And where they can actually get to them. Spoofing is for losers, Amy. Yes.
Yeah.
So we're on every week at this time.
So just let me show them that. Right, this what I'm about to do here. Right, this is quick catching. Right, so I don't know whether you're able to tell, but you put your let me so you can see my thumb. You put your thumb on your screen on your Pokeball and you pull it across. I can't even remember how to do it. It's been so long. How do I do it?
Don't you?
Oh yeah,
hold that on there.
Can't even remember how to do it. I don't do it that often. Amanda doesn't remember how to do it. That's it.
Something like that, isn't it?
On the Pokeball button on the screen, you pull it across, keep your finger on the screen, and then throw, let go, and press run away, and it either catches it or doesn't. Sorry, I can't speak. I'll show you. It caught it.
There you go.
And it's much faster than going through the animation. Much faster. But as you can tell, by me not even remembering how to do it properly, I don't do it very often.
I can't even do it on my phone at all. I can't coordinate both my fingers at the same time. People who are watching
who don't know what it is
to not know what it is.
To know what I'm talking about.
Right,
I don't do stuff like that.
So if So if you do want to ask us any questions, we'll be here at this time every week. It's midnight for us, and when our clocks change, then we will vary by 1 hour. Last time we advertised for a whole week that we were going to come on early, and then failed because the clocks didn't go back. But it's all about that box. That's why we come on at midnight for us in the UK.
Always remember, guys, we're true professionals.
Always. And I never, ever, ever, ever swear. I just have an affinity with ships.
We've always treated ourselves as being on the ground Pokemon Go players. Right? We play it just like everyone else, and we play it as it's intended. We don't really like driving around in cars while playing it. We do that. We do it because you kind of have to sometimes get into raids, etc. When you're trying to do a lot, or if it's really cold or the weather's bad or whatever, we still want to play. But my preference is to be out in the streets, in the parks, exploring, catching. You know, I like it better that way.
Throwaway says, get them Pokemon out. He wants to see what we've got. Sean says, I'm just getting back in since Christmas, so he's lost on a lot. Yes, a lot of people are doing exactly the same thing. It's... oh, okay. All right, okay. There we go. And
have we had enough guesses?
Yeah, we can do. So yeah, we've seen so many people, haven't we? In fact, we've just started. We've just joined a new group in our local area that we didn't even know existed. Like
right where we live. We've got a raid chat for the group of raids, like 10 minutes in that direction. We've got raid chat for a group of raids that's 10 minutes in that direction, but we're not in the raid chat for here, and we never have been. And it's like, yeah, we exist. You know, people raid around here.
So they should have added us. Have they actually added you? Because they were going to do it today, weren't they? So hopefully we'll get some more raids near us, and we've got like 2 or 3 new gyms, haven't we? Which is exciting.
Here we go.
Ready?
And remember, I have to go through my stuff to you.
No, I don't.
Right. So let's see what rewards I get. Breakthrough. 2,000 dust. Thank you very much.
Ooh!
You called it.
You did.
Sinnoh Stone.
That's right, Amy. Yes, Oil and One Well chat.
Yeah.
We didn't know it existed until today.
Until today. Right, are you ready? Because I'm going to press start and counter. Let's see what I get.
3, 2, 1, go!
I got a Raikou.
Lugia. Who said Lugia?
1472.
Okay. Lugia for me, for James. James!
I'm okay with Raikou. I love this Pokemon.
I think that was the person that said Lugia. James has got 2 points. Sinnoh Stone and for you, and a Lugia for me, no shiny.
Oh, it would attack at that point, wouldn't it?
What did you get?
I got a Raikou. Which I'm okay with.
Nobody guessed Raikou at all.
Well, that was terrible, that though.
Amy says, can you add her to the Wunwell Island chat? Because she can't find it. I don't know.
As far as I could tell from my chat with Tom today, it was Tom that I spoke to. There are some moderators, and they're pretty strict about who gets added. Of course, when I get on there, I haven't looked, see whether I've got an invite. I'll say Amy Hurst wants to join, and I'll advocate and say,
we know her. She's real.
Her. I've played, like...
She's got a Misty Cat and everything.
I've played with her many times.
Richard Jennings!
I meant Pokemon Go. She knows what I meant.
Don't slidey pants.
Yeah. So I'll tell them. that you want to join.
I can't believe that you did that face.
She knows I'm only messing.
We're looking at not first throw though. So Luke, I can't remember what. Oh, amazes. HP. Oh, 15 HP.
I'm getting bored now. It won't stay in.
It's punishing you for comments like that towards Amy. Poor Amy. She don't come on our live feeds to listen to stuff like that.
Just stay in the ball, Raiko. Just stay in the ball. In.
Told Jonathan I wanted to go to New Zealand today. Not like today wanting to go to...
that would have been a surprise.
Today I told Jonathan I
wanted
to go to New Zealand.
I hope you enjoyed your pancakes for breakfast. We're off to New Zealand.
It would be nice.
It's only on the other side of the world. Oh, Raiko.
Mr. Sharkbite, I nuked the like button. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Amy, I need banter right now. So, okay, fair play.
Yes! Finally! Raiko was caught. Let's have a look. Simply Amazers. Attack. Blown away.
Not bad. Let's see what it is.
Who knows? It could be a good one. Could be a good one.
So yeah. It's what were I going to say? So yeah, I said to Jonathan, I want to go to New Zealand, and he said, how far away is it? I said, oh, it's only the furthest possible country that you can go from England, from London to
how do flights even work?
Well, apparently my dad said, because we were at my parents'. My dad said it's only 26 hours. So if we set off, so he explained that to Jonathan. If you set off now, you'd be arriving in about an hour's time tomorrow. And Jonathan said, I don't want to go to New Zealand. And I said, but it would be cool. He said, I don't want to fly that long.
My favourite thing about it is trying to explain wibbly wobbly timey-wimey time zones. It will take us 26 hours to get there, but we'll arrive at 3 o'clock last Tuesday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, so we've decided, me and Jonathan decided that we're going to go to New Zealand on the ferry.
I want to go to New Zealand. I want to catch a Relicanth.
On the ferry.
That's something else I don't do, guys. I don't trade for regional Pokemon.
No.
I will trade shinies, regionals, unless they put an event on where they appear in this country out of eggs at an event. I'll catch them there. It's a legitimate catch. But otherwise, I want to go to where they are and catch them.
Where they live. Let's go get them.
Yeah. Relicanth.
Pokemon. Go!
New Zealand. You know what I mean? Chatot. Southern Hemisphere. I want to go. I don't want to be given it by somebody who's been on holiday. I want to go on those holidays.
And then we'll give them out, obviously. Yeah. But
oh yeah, like I said, I'm not judgmental. I'm not judging the people for doing that stuff.
No, it's just
do what you want. It's just me.
Little freaky quirks that we have, don't we, darling?
I still don't have a Heracross, for example. Never traded one.
I haven't, have I?
No.
No.
You've got Ilmais.
Yeah.
Because you went to San Francisco.
Yeah. Amy, I want to go to New Zealand and catch them in Hobbiton.
That's what I wanted to do. You know what? Even all these new things where you're not allowed to take cameras and stuff. Can't stop me live streaming off my phone.
Don't tell me how to. What if they're listening?
I mean, even the guys at Hobbiton, right? I'd like to see Bilbo Baggins try and take my phone off me when I'm live streaming. My precious.
Oh dear me. You're going to get us in so much trouble, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to try.
What? I can't believe that you just admitted that you're actually going to try and get us in trouble.
James, are you still watching? If you're still watching, speak up. Of course. You could IV check that for me if you wanted. It's got 15 attack.
James normally IVs us all our things while we're online.
I don't. That's and yeah.
When they're good, anyway.
Yeah, another like thing that I don't do. I don't use the Kalki IV stuff like that. We actually emailed Niantic and said, "What's the crack? Are we going to get banned if we use this stuff?" And they said, "If we find out that you're using that stuff, we'll ban you." Basically, straight from the horse's mouth. I don't know how they find out. So if you use it, I don't know how they find out, but we don't. We use online IV checkers. Poke Assistant.
We do. C dot down bottom of the street.
C dot. Not for me. I don't get any drift on this phone. Very accurate.
James is still here. Put your thing back up.
Oh, James. Is this Raikou any good? He's got 15 attack, and that's it.
I need to find my mail file, because I've got a feeling...
You don't have to IV check if you don't want to, James.
Oh, that's not bad.
I'm quite happy with that. Oh, another good Raikou. Although I'm not going to power that up yet. I'm going to save it. I'm going to put it to one side and save it. Because I don't remember Raikou ever being back in the raids since the first time it was in. And there'll undoubtedly be a raid day for it. So,
oh my word, look where I am. I'm like down at Village.
What's the proper way to check IVs? There isn't a proper way.
Like this.
Yeah. That's it. This, what is it? Instinct.
Yeah.
Spark appearing in the bottom of your screen and saying it'll battle with the best of them or whatever it says.
Yeah, I can't remember what Spark says.
But with us, it's Candela.
I quite like Sparky.
Candela, I only really know the Valor ones. I know that I think it's a Wonder. It's for Mystic. But this, when it says overall your Raikou simply amazes me, can accomplish anything.
That means it's over 80%.
That means that all its stats, it's better than 80% when it comes to its stats. Its attack is its strongest feature. That tells me that it's highlighting its attack stat. And blown away means that it's guaranteed that that stat is 15. But we don't know what the other two stats are. So it could be really bad.
So James says that he uses Poke Assistant. That's the one that we use, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I use Poke Assistant. I just said that. Yeah, it's okay to say. Poke Assistant, I use that and like all the time. In fact, you know what? Poke Assistant, there it is. You just type your stuff in there, like the Raikou, yeah. And
the thing is with Poke Assistant, obviously, is that it's not an app on your phone.
No, it's just a website.
You can go to the website. You can use your laptop or your palm, your tablet, or whatever you have, whilst you're looking at your Pokemon on your screen. It's not perfect. None of them are. But
I think that they're worried that Niantic have, and this is the reason that they don't like people using apps that are IV checkers, is anything that might interfere with their app, Pokemon Go, that can interfere with their code.
Put strain on their servers.
Yeah. Now I know that a lot of the apps use overlays and stuff like that, but I think they just have a blanket policy that says if it's an app, it might interact with our app. No, thanks.
Yeah.
They've got too much money riding on this app now.
Yeah.
Makes too much money for them. Okay, Amy. Sleep well, darling.
I expect hugs too.
Sleep well.
Where is it? I'm looking for the email from. No, is it? No, Poke Junior, that's what I will. Into it, this one.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's put that up. So this is the the email, said, I sent, good afternoon, I would like to ask if using Pokegenie is in breach of your terms and conditions. Luke from Niantic said, hello trainer, thank you for contacting us. There are currently no authorised third-party apps or services for Pokemon Go. Using these applications may negatively affect your gameplay and may result in account blocking or termination, which obviously I don't like the idea of. So I sent, hi Luke, thank you so much for your reply. It's me again. Do you have any plans to offer an accurate IV checker in the future? And Luke said, hi, thank you for contacting us again. We appreciate your enthusiasm and interest in Pokemon Go, and we look forward to bringing you new features to the game. Unfortunately, we are not able to comment on the specifics of future features as they are subject to change. Keep an eye out for updates and announcements on the official Pokemon Go website or Niantic blog. So, there you go. From the horse's mouth, Luke from Niantic says, there are no authorised third-party apps, and these could negatively affect our gameplay. This is I love Pokemon Go. My account is so important to me. I would not want to lose it over something silly like an IV checker. Therefore, I choose not to. I don't look down on anyone else that does.
We used to use them, but we stopped. We stopped.
Yeah. In fact, that's the one that I used to use. Pokegenie, it was called.
We just don't think it's worth the risk.
Hi, Gavin.
Hi, Gavin. I'm sorry. We're coming right to the end of our show. So if you've just joined, I'm sorry. We've played our game. We've had a chat. We've talked about Mama Swine. We've talked about the whole event. We've talked about IV checking. We've talked about all kinds of stuff.
Richard's offended me and I've smacked him.
You have not.
Yes, I have. Niantic never enforces the rules, though. I'm not sure that that's quite true. We've had people in our community that's... although I suppose you don't know why the rules were enforced on them. But there's definitely been people in our community that have been negatively affected during their gameplay.
They've had account banned.
So, you're going through an awful lot of effort. Well, Pokemon Go is quite important to us. So.
Well, yeah, and no. The main source of good IV Pokemon, for me and I think for most players, is either from an egg hatch or a raid. It does happen occasionally from trading and catching, but like you kind of start to learn the ranges of what IVs are good from the CP.
Yeah.
So you can make an estimate without having to run through the whole IV checker.
Yeah, because Niantic release like a every community day they release the 100% on each.
Niantic don't release that.
Oh, who is it then?
I look at various sources. League Duck.
Right,
one that I look at.
So there's always
Kelvin.
There's always a
Pokemon Go Hub.
Yeah.
Sometimes I look at Reddit's.
So you can work it out roughly from the number, the CP from each stage, can't you? So Sinkas says they were possibly spoofing outside, maybe.
Yeah, that is possible. They could have been spoofing outside.
We don't know. We don't know, obviously, and
our
we're not
community
interested.
has a really hardcore stance on spoofing as well.
Yeah.
So and people really do get ostracised quite badly if they get found out that they're spoofing. So there is a chance that they would just be hiding that and saying, "Oh no, I wasn't spoofing. I was just using this app or whatever." You could be right, but we don't know.
Sinkas says, "Not using IV checkers. It's admirable how you play the game, but I just see it is unfair that you're playing by the books, yet other people are using illegitimate methods to succeed."
Well, I do use IV checkers. I just use a website rather than an app.
Yeah.
So I do check the IVs of my Pokemon before I power them up. Before I use Stardust on them.
Or we get James to do it for us.
So I use Poke Assistant to It's not connected to the app at all because it's actually using a browser. Website. So I use Chrome and I go to the website and I type the details in. It's a lot more long-winded than pressing the button for an app to do it. It is a lot more long-winded than that. But it only takes a few seconds to do it. But a few seconds is a lot longer than just pressing go and saying, oh yeah, that's good, that's bad.
Yeah.
You know? So it is more long-winded. I don't want to risk losing my app at all, my account. I spent too much time working on it and enjoying it. And
it's the things that we've got as well. It's not about the XP or the
memories.
Yeah.
I look at the Pokemon that I've caught, and
Richard still has Ego,
yeah.
Which is his first ever Pokemon. That you can, if you go to recents twice.
Yeah. What if it
Maybe.
let me do it? There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Which is his first ever Pokemon that he caught. Whilst
14th of August 2016. That was a Bulbasaur, and I kept it forever, and I won't ever be rid of it.
Whilst on a campsite, weren't we? In Doncaster, I think. What?
But it's not just that. I mean, like I remember the first ever Articuno that I caught, which was the first ever raid boss that I ever caught. Really, I remember all different types of stuff. I remember the Rayquazas, my first ever 100% legendaries. I remember catching those. They're still in my collection, all powered up. So I don't want to risk losing my account. You're probably right. They probably don't do a lot about it, but you know, I don't want to be the one in a million chance that my account gets taken. I refuse to accept that risk at all. I'll just use an online ID checker.
We've never even been. Everybody was saying in our community, "Oh, we're getting warnings. Everybody's getting warnings. Don't worry if you get a warning." We've never even been warned, have we? Not for anything.
I've never received a single warning at all. A red warning that says, "Warning, you're doing something that you shouldn't be. Stop, otherwise we're going to ban you." Never.
Nope. So, yeah, we try and play. It's just like life, really. We play by the rules in life too. It's it just is what it is. You pays your money, you takes your chances. My dad used to say.
I think one of the main reasons that I don't accept spoofers in our chat on our live streams, sharing information. They can join in and talk. I don't mind that. It's the sharing of information, locations of Pokemon, and things like that. The problem that I have with that is I don't like the idea that they're creating server strain or latency issues in the area where that Pokemon is, because there could be legitimate players out there that could catch that Pokemon legitimately and fail to do so because they disconnect or whatever.
Because there's a server strain on that particular set.
Because there's hundreds and hundreds, thousands of spoofers all appearing in that same spot to get a Pokemon that's there.
We also, it's the same as maps. We didn't really realise straight away with maps, and we did use it for a short time. But even if maps comes back up, we wouldn't use it to get information for like 100%ers and things like that. Although we do believe that 90, we really do require a raid map so that we know what raid bosses are coming up. And
so an online one. It doesn't have to be anything to do with the app.
No.
Just on Pokemon Go Live
website. Apparently on
so you can just type your location in.
On Ingress, there's stuff on Ingress that tell them about things that can go.
Yeah.
And it is something that we're definitely lacking. The raid map, but the 100% maps and all that they cause strain on the servers, and we found when maps went down, we found that it was much easier to do raids much easier to play the game in general, and it just goes to show just how much this does actually have an effect on everybody.
I genuinely believe that some of the earlier like larger Pokemon Go events, like Go Fest in 2017, and some of the earlier Safari Zones, the main issue that they had at that event is the spoofers.
Yeah.
The connection issues were down to the fact that there were so many spoofers there who hadn't paid to travel there, who hadn't made the effort, weren't stood in the parks and at the event, at the stands, being unable to play. You know? That's my issue.
What's your favourite Pokemon?
Jigglypuff.
Why?
It's almost childhood memory. I wasn't exactly a child when Pokemon came around in 1996. I was born in 78, so I would have been 18, right? But I remember watching the show because I always liked animated shows all the way through my childhood and as a young man. I still do. Right before doing this stream, I was watching episodes of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe from 2002. Right? I like animated shows. And I liked it, but one of the things I loved about it was there was a little pink ball that sung, and everybody fell asleep, and all it wanted was people to hear its lovely song. But they could never hear it because when it sings, they fall asleep, and it got angry and drew on their faces with a marker pen. Awesome, fun, made me laugh every time I saw it.
That still makes him laugh now.
That's why I love Jigglypuff. The little angry, it puffs up and makes an angry face and pulls its pen out of the end of its microphone and scribbles away. Love it. It even made a return in the Sun and Moon series when Ash took his Alola friends back to Kanto for a visit, and they found the Jigglypuff. Awesome. Love that Pokemon.
So there you go, Jigglypuff. Mine is Tyrogue. It reminds me of my boys, and it's got that cute little face that William gets.
Rough and tumble face. I do have other Pokemon that I really like, other than Jigglypuff though, like Gyarados is always a favourite of mine. Just the fact that great beast of a Pokemon
comes from a tiny little fish.
It's called the atrocious Pokemon. So it comes from a fish as useless as Magikarp. I love it. It's awesome, and it's a good Pokemon to use in the main series and in Pokemon Go. I love it.
Your favourite shiny is Ray, isn't it?
My favourite shiny is shiny Rayquaza. I love Rayquaza. I was very disappointed with Dragonite. They tried some kind of weird amalgamation between Eastern and Western dragons. You know what I mean? It has that wispy, like...
It didn't really work though, did it?
Whisker type affair, but it's quite bulky, like a Western, Dungeons and Dragons style dragon, and I just don't think it works. They did much better with the Gen 3 dragon. Salamence looks amazing. Even its precursors, Bagon and Shelgon, have got a uniqueness about them that's awesome. And Rayquaza is just a classic Eastern dragon that looks awesome.
Ray's amazing. Sean agrees.
Yeah, I love shiny Ray. Black, amazing Pokemon. I love it.
You're a very black person, aren't you? You have your hair black sometimes.
What does that even... Oh, you mean like wearing black clothes and stuff? Yeah, big
black
goth.
Clothes and a bit goth.
A bit goth. A lot of goth, really. A lot of goth. But...
You like your black guy liner. And...
There's loads of Pokemon that I like. Loads and loads and loads and loads. I have a favourite starter, like, from every generation. The later...
too?
The late... yeah, talk to that.
Oh, okay.
The later generations, I'm less aware of because I only played main series Gen 1 games, but I'm getting there.
My collection's full again.
I did. I'm getting there. So like, and it's not the fire ones, surprisingly. I don't really like the fire Pokemon starters. Charizard's pretty cool. Charizard X is awesome. Shiny Charizard is really cool. I love it. But other than that, I mean, Typhlosion, Cyndaquil, all that, not my cup of tea. So it's Bulbasaur, Totodile, Trico, Piplup. I can't remember 5 and 6. Litten is 7, I think. The cat, fire cat. There's a fire cat that evolves into Incineroar. Incineroar just looks amazing. I love it.
What was your favourite starter overall?
My favourite overall starter? Bulbasaur.
Ego!
Bulbasaur. It's the... I played the main series game, Gen 1, way back when. I can't remember whether it was red or blue. Told the story loads of times. Me and my friend had the other one, and we swapped a lot, like the game cartridges. So I can't remember which one I actually bought and owned. But whenever I played that game, Bulbasaur. Without fail, Bulbasaur.
There you go.
Loved it.
I never really played Pokemon until I played Pokemon Go. And it was the first time that I'd really met Pokemon at all. I didn't really know what it was about. I still don't get the IVs and stuff, and I'm starting to learn a little bit about like if we throw rocks at the flying types, then they're gonna come down. But other than that, I'm just winging it every single day. But I get pleasure out of other things. We get to see things that I would never have seen before. I would never have gone to California. We would never have gone to Germany. We wouldn't travel the UK as much as we do and see different places if it weren't for Pokemon Go. So yeah, I want to see the world, and Pokemon Go is giving us a reason to do that. So and we're hoping, obviously, baby dependent. We're hoping to get to at least some of the. You really shouldn't do that with your shoes. You know, you're breaking the backs.
Sorry.
You should take your laces, undo your laces to get them off.
Yes, Mum.
Yeah, we're going to try and get to some of the safari zones next year, aren't we? Or this year, rather. Sean says your Pokédex is amazing.
That's all just down to being playing a long time, Sean. The spawns and what spawns commonly change all the time, and it usually relates to what is kind of in the current release pool. So what you might consider as being rare is at some point being common, most likely. There are some Pokemon that always remain rare. For example, I don't think I've ever seen a wild Salamence spawn.
No, I haven't.
Not once. I've only evolved one.
What's that? Sorry, carry on.
So there's some that always remain rare, but like the stuff, it's just because I played for a while. If you stick it to the game, like right now there's a Hoenn event going on, which means Hoenn spawns are really common. Eventually there'll be a Kanto event, and you know we've had loads of Kanto events. There'll be a Johto event. There'll be stuff so you can get your hands on the stuff that you don't have. It will come. It will happen.
That is one of the really good things about Pokemon Go. That they're not making anything totally out of bounds, are they?
No. It will happen. But I like shiny hunting. I do a lot of clicking for shinies.
Oh, they've got a thing for account for Lucky's Luck. I didn't know that.
They've had that since it happened.
Oh, I've not looked at my decks for a long time though.
I've had one lucky Bulbasaur. I've not had any Charmanders. It just tells you. But yeah, it definitely will happen if you stick to it. Yeah, I like Hoenn. I do. I fell out. Johto is my least favourite region. My least favourite generation. Gen 2. There's some awesome stuff in it. I love Raikou, for example. But Tyranitar, it doesn't, it doesn't catch me like the other ones do. I like Hoenn. I quite like Sinnoh. I think there's some low points. Gen 5 might not see that much traction with some people. There's a trash bag Pokemon and an ice cream Pokemon.
Oh, what?
Like a trash bag Pokemon and there's an ice cream Pokemon in Gen 5.
Really?
Which is pretty funny, but Anyway, I think we're going to call the live stream here. We've played Guess the Pokémon, talked. Is there a trick shiny hunting, or is it just catching a lot of Pokemon?
Clicking them and seeing if they're shiny.
Yeah.
And then running away if they're not. So you can click the next one.
If you look online, there are lots of different opinions on what the rate actually is. The main series game, the rate is absolutely minuscule. It's like 1 in 4,290 or something like that. And there are ways of increasing that chance. In Pokemon Go, you're much more likely to come across shinies than in the main series. It's like 1 in 450 or something. That chance increases if it is a research spawn, a quest spawn, a raid spawn, so if you complete a raid, or an egg spawn. But even then, they're not that common. I've hatched, I can show you my medal breeder. In total, I've hatched 2,661 eggs in Pokemon Go. That feels to me like a lot of eggs. 2 shinies in total out of that. I've had a Beldum and a Magby shiny out of eggs. I think Amanda might have had 2. You've had 2. You've had a Swablu. And you've had
I haven't been.
Why not?
Yeah, I have had a why not actually. Wearing medals, gyms.
Breeder. There.
Yeah, I've had no way.
1,600-ish. So you're more likely, but it's not super common. I mean, I don't know how many raids I've done in total. You're probably looking around 500, maybe 600 raids, which is nothing compared to a lot of people. People who do a lot of raids. But in total, like, on non-special occasions, legendaries don't count really because the rate is up on legendaries. Out of all the stuff that's available only from raids, Mawile, that's it. That's all I've had.
Yeah.
From raids. So it's not, again, it's not common. Basically, find out what Pokemon are available. There's like lists you can find. Look at GoHub, Reddit.
They say that in our community we have the golden hour. Every time something drops,
An event or a release of a Pokemon.
They swear blind that in the first hour you get many more than you would in the normal, like after that first hour basically. So we have like a golden hour where everybody goes out and you're shiny hunting basically for that first hour.
Yeah. For
the higher higher chance.
But basically, it is literally just clicking on Pokemon, and the most efficient way of shiny hunting is to click a Pokemon. If it's not shiny, run away, click another Pokemon that has a shiny opportunity. Keep going, and you will find them. unfortunately, the side effects of that is you don't get the candy, you don't get the Stardust, you don't get anything. So I flip between both. Sometimes I will just catch absolutely everything, and sometimes I'll say, right, now I'm hunting a shiny. Nearly 600 gym badges in the UK.
Only UK, that. That's Europe. Oh, I can't leave it at that. We need to go and get another one tomorrow.
And 65
That's
in
America.
on the east coast of America.
That's exciting. I want to break 600.
But yeah, that's basically it. Just keep clicking Pokemon. You need to know which Pokemon have a shiny available. I can't go through them all. There's so many now. It started off really small.
You can get the checklist, can't you?
But you can, if you just do a quick Google search for a shiny Pokemon checklist, they'll come up. And go to leakduck.com. He has shiny checklists, and you'll just keep clicking. Nests are a good place to hunt for shinies.
Just keep clicking. Just keep clicking.
So, for example, if you wanted a Charmander shiny, go to find out where a local Charmander nest is. Go there where there's lots of Charmander spawns. And just keep clicking till you get them. Till you get one. It does happen.
And keep your 100% CP so that you know if you collect 100%. You only have the level 31, don't you?
Written down.
Written down, yeah. So.
Right, guys.
We're off.
It's time. We've been on quite a long time today. And sometimes when I'm playing the game, I'll stream for a good 2 or 3 hours. But for just a chatty, let's talk about Pokemon Go.
Q&A.
We've been at it a long time.
We have.
So it's time to finish the show. So it's goodbye from Pokemon Master Richard, and it's goodbye from...
Yeah, go on. Go on. Go on.
She's like Ash on his first day.
Right.
Can't even catch a Caterpie.
Oh, you're horrid. Stop it. Say goodbye to the boys and girls.
Goodbye, boys and girls.
Bye-bye, everyone.